Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a quick announcement before we start the service. The pastoral care team today has cards available in the back of the sanctuary. So if you have a joy or sorrow to share, please go back and pick up a card now, and then we'll collect them later. Alex is showing the basket with the cards. Thank you. They will be collected during the offering. Thank you. Good morning. Again. Good morning. Welcome to the Northwest Unitarian Universalist Church, where we are gathering both virtually and in person as one connected community. I am Dan Seacrest. My pronouns are he, him. I'll be your worship leader for this morning's service. I'm joined by Jan Berger-Cohen, Alex Myers, and Steve and Susie are musicians from Detroit and Southfield, respectively.
And Mike.
And Mike. If you are a visitor online and would like Northwest to stay in touch with you, please fill out the visitor form appearing in the chat box. If you are with us in person, you can fill out the visitor sign-in form in the atrium. And now, take a second to greet each other with a wave or a smile.
Hello. I have a few announcements to make. And you'll find more information about Northwest and its events in the weekly newsletter and on our website. Next Sunday, May 4th, we will have worship services at both Northwest and First Congregational. In 2 weeks, on May 11th, we will have a joint worship service here at Northwest. Then on May 18th, we will gather at both churches again, and on May 25th, we will have a joint service on Zoom only. There's going to be a quiz after the service. After today's service in the sanctuary, we'll have our next program council. Want to get more involved with the church? Show up. We will take time to work on ongoing programs during this meeting, especially our Pride crew and our Power team. This is a workshop-style quarterly meeting. Hope to see you there. Thank you to all who participated in the discernment process about our joint ministry. The transitions team has gathered and analyzed the data and put together a slideshow and a recommendation for the congregations. If you have any questions, please contact the Lorelei Muniz from UU Detroit, or Linda Gobeski from Northwest. She's probably in the kitchen, yes. Both UU Detroit and Northwest will have congregational meetings in May to vote on the future of the joint ministry. Northwest will take place after the service at Northwest on May 4th. And UU Detroit's will be on May 18th after the service at First Congregational. Northwest UU will also be voting on proposed bylaw changes. If you have questions about those, please speak to a member of Northwest's board. Before we begin our prelude, let's all take a deep breath and settle into a time of worship. Please welcome our wonderful soloist.
It's not that unusual when everything is beautiful. It's just another ordinary miracle today. The sky knows when it's time to snow. Don't need to teach a seed to grow. It's just another ordinary miracle today. Life is like a gift, they say, wrapped up for you every day. Open up and find a way to give some of your own. Isn't it remarkable, like every time a raindrop falls, it's just another ordinary miracle today. Birds in winter have their fling, but always make it home by spring. It's just another ordinary miracle today. When you wake up every day, please don't throw your dreams away. Hold them close to your heart, 'cause we're all a part of the ordinary miracle. Ordinary miracle. Do you want to see a miracle? It seems so exceptional that things just work out after all. It's just another ordinary miracle today. The sun comes up and shines so bright, it disappears again at night. It's just another ordinary miracle today. Ooh, just another ordinary miracle today.
Microphone on? There we go. The flaming chalice is a symbol of our faith. We light it this morning knowing that many other Unitarian Universalist congregations across this land and around the world are doing the same. We light our chalice with words from Northwest UU's mission statement. Please repeat after me. We light this flame to grow in spirit, knowledge, and action. Accept and challenge one another to support each other in times of joy and need.
Each week, we offer a land acknowledgement. We honor and pay our respects to the land on which we live and work, which was violently stolen through colonialism, genocide, and forced removal of its traditional stewards. These stewards are the Anishinaabe, the Council of the Three Fires, which include the Ottawa, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi, also known as the Ottawa, Chippewa, and Potawatomi tribes. We also acknowledge the people of African descent who were forcibly removed from their land and separated from their families through kidnapping, enslavement, and pay reverence and respect to them for building this country's infrastructure and economy with no compensation or reparations to date. Please join us and rise as you are willing and able for our opening hymn. Oh, and thank you. I was just going to say that. Sorry. Thank you.
Mother Earth, beloved garden, living treasure underfoot. All our days you ground our being, sage and thistle, grass and wood. Herbs to heal us, plants to feed us, land to till and tend and love. With a pendant deep as midnight north, we ask you be here now. Father, ere your inspiration holds together all that lives, as we breathe our minds see clearly, leading us to love and give. Raging whirlwind, whispered breezes, violent gale, and gentle cloud. With a blade as sharp as morning east, we ask you be here now. Mother fire, great transformer, share the passion of the sun. In our hearts our warmth revives us, cooks our food and heats our homes. Flaming candle, God within us, blazing desert will roam. With the one directing power come, we ask you be here now. Sister water ever flowing, ocean, river, pond, and rain, drink we now and quench our thirsting plants of sleep. Begin again, mist and ice, a host of changes, all that courage will allow. With the cup, the holy chalice, we ask you be here now. Lover, spirit, intuition, in the center of our souls. In your love we find relation, all connected, we are home. Timeless mystery, quiet conscience, deepest values, voice inside. With the drum and with the cauldron mist, we ask you be our God.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Can I have the children come up to the front? We have a story to act out, and we have 5 parts in this story. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So if you guys could stand over here, right there, that's good. And I'm going to call you over, Annika, you're going to be number 2 here. Perfect. Okay, we're going to tell the story of the gigantic turnip. And you guys are going to be acting it out. And I'm going to give you each a part. So you're going to be the farmer. You're going to be the old woman. You're going to be the horse. You're going to be the cow. And you're going to be the cat. Okay? Oh, you wanted to be the gigantic turnip. Did you want to be the, because we could get, if you want to be polled, I mean, I was thinking we'd just act out the polling. Okay, all right. So we don't actually have a huge, gigantic turnip. So you guys are going to have to make believe that there is one that you're pulling out of the ground. So let me start the story here. This is a Russian folktale retold by Kelly Arman. Let me go like this. Once upon a time, there was an old farmer who lived with his old wife in a little old house. And they had a beautiful brown horse. Neigh, your name is Neigh, so you can say Neigh. And a gentle spotted cow, Moo. And a sweet little cat, Meow. The farmer's favorite foods were turnips, and he just loved turnips. So he decided to plant a whole lot of them. And he plowed the field, farmer. There you go. You can put your paper down if you want. He plowed the field and sowed the turnip seed all over. All summer long, the sun shone down. Can you guys be the sunshine? On the field. And the rain came down too and watered the plants. Very good. The farmer waited with anticipation for the fall harvest when the turnips would be ready. Then one autumn day, the farmer went out and decided it was time to go dig up his much-awaited turnips. He took a cart and a spade and set off for the field. But he got there, and all he saw was one single turnip. And the farmer sank to his knees and wept with disappointment. But then he decided that if all he had was one turnip, he was going to pick it and eat it and enjoy it. So he marched over and he started to pull the greens. So there you go. Come on over here just a little bit. Okay, good, because you're going to have some room. There we go. He started to pull the greens, but they would not budge. He pulled until he was red in the face, and still the turnip was stuck fast in the ground. The farmer ran to the house and called to his wife. Wife, can you say that? Come help me. There was one big turnip was stuck fast in the ground. Now his wife was surprised that he was having so much trouble harvesting just one turnip. But she went along to the field. And the old woman pulled, so the farmer pulled, and then the old woman pulled. So first the farmer, and then the farmer's wife pulled on him. And they pulled, there we go. But the turnip would not budge. So they called to their friend the horse, come help us. Can you say, come help us? There is only one turnip, and it's stuck in the ground. The horse said, nay. And he pulled the old woman, and she pulled the farmer, and the farmer pulled the turnip, but the turnip would not budge. So they called to their friend the cow, come help us. There's only one turnip, and it's stuck fast to the ground. Moo, there you go, said the cow. And he tugged on the horse, and he tugged on the old woman. The horse tugged on the old woman, and she pulled on the farmer, and the farmer pulled on the turnip, but the turnip would not budge. So they called to their friend the cat, come help us. There is only one turnip, and it is stuck fast to the ground. The little kitty cat said, meow. And she pulled on the cow, and the cow pulled on the horse, and the horse pulled on the old woman, and the old woman pulled on the farmer, and the farmer pulled the turnip, and the turnip came flying out of the ground with a thump. For it was the most enormous turnip that they had ever seen. And they worked all together to push and pull this turnip back to the house, and so they could have a scrumptious lunch and munch on this turnip all winter long. Take a bow. So I have a question for you guys before you sit down. I have a question for you guys. Okay, let me see. Where's my question? Okay, my question is, what do you think that turnip represents? Don't know. Weight. Okay. Any other ideas? Maybe a big change or something? Or something hard that you have to overcome together, something like that? What do you think, Maple? Teamwork. Okay. And how does it take a community to make a change like that? Do you think so? Yes. Is that all you wanted to say? Yes? Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you. We're going to do Carry the Flame now. Has anybody not had a chance to do you've done it before. Have you had a chance? Okay. You want to do it again? Okay, so we'll let Aaron do it again today. So if you would please rise in body, if you're able, in spirit. We're going to go to the multipurpose room, and we have a special surprise for the teachers next week that we're going to be working on. Let's see here. Did you pull out your back? Oh, this doesn't work anymore, does it?
This month, Northwest's community partner is Unitarian Universalist Ministry for Earth. Unitarian Universalist Ministry for Earth is a seedbed for spiritual grounding and education that inspires deep practices of earth care, justice, and flourishing for all. All undesignated donations will be split between UU Ministry for Earth and our congregation. You can give in a variety of ways that are now visible or will be shortly on your screen. For those here in person, we'll pass a collection basket and check for checks and cash. There is also a QR code on your order of service. We honor your generosity, ensuring that our collective resources do a greater good for ourselves and our world than any of us could have done individually.
ocean. When the world lay in a dream, there was rhythm in the splash and roll, but not a voice to sing. So the moon fell on the breakers, and the morning warmed the waves, till a single cell did jump and hum for joy, as though to say, this is my home. This is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Then the day shone bright and round her, till the one turned into two, and the two into 10,000 things, and old things into new. And on some virgin beachhead, one lonesome critter crawled, and he looked about and he shouted out in his most astonished drawl, this is my home. This is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Then all the sky was buzzing, and the ground was carpet green, and the weary children of the woods went dancing in between. And the people sang rejoicing when the fields were glad with grain, this song of celebration from their cities on the plain. This is my home. This is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Now there's smoke across the harbor, and there's factories on the shore, and the world is ill with greed and will and enterprise of war. But I will lay my burdens in the cradle of your grace, and the shining beaches of your love in the sea of your embrace. This is my home. This is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden.
Let's see, I gotta get my notes. Here. Hello, I'm Dave Young, and I'm a member of Northwest's Pastoral Care Committee. I want to remind you that anyone needing the support of our community can reach out to Reverend Julie Brock or Pastor Eli Krenz by emailing the Pastoral Care Team at pastoralcare@northwesternuu.org. The collective cares of our community are recorded in our book of joys and sorrows, which remain on the red cabinet back near the name tags. If you would like to submit a joy or sorrow virtually, please email pastoralcare@northwestuu.org. And when I announce your name, please raise your hand. Okay, first of all, a plug, kind of, from Robert Johnson, raises his hand. Couple of opportunities that should have been maybe in the announcements, but real quick, these are joys or sorrows, depending on how you want to take it. You shouldn't have to do this. There are 2 opportunities for community action, though, coming up. One very soon, April 29th at Macomb Community College at 6 o'clock. Trump is coming there, and there's an opportunity for you to dress in black or this however you want to, but kind of make sure you're known or you're there for the protest. You can get details at actionnetwork.org. Next one is Labor Celebration. It's going to be May 1st, May Day, at 3 o'clock in Roosevelt Park. Everyone knows where Roosevelt Park is, at the Central Station. Okay, that's on May Day, and you can get more information at maydaydetroit.org. All right, next, from Elio Cunningham. There's Elio, great. In loving memory of my childhood best friend, Cameron Fitzner, who passed in 2013. Today was his birthday, and he would have been 32 today. Love you, Cameron. Thinking of you. Okay. Mike Yanko. Mike there. He's got a joy. Mike was able to get Monday through Friday schedule at his Meyer trucking job. All right, that's great. For the first time, this will give him Saturdays and Sundays off. That is a wonderful thing. Okay, finally, from Linda Gabeski. Linda's in the back there. This is a joy. And our niece, Kate, was interviewed in New York, where she lives. She was diagnosed with Asperger's at age 22. She spoke eloquently about the feelings and issues facing people with Robert Kennedy's cruel portrayal of folks with autism spectrum diagnosis. So that was quite an accomplishment and did a great job of representing the community. All righty. Did I miss anybody that might have been buried in there? Nope. Okay, good. For these and the joys and sorrows that are held in the sanctuary of our hearts, I offer this prayer. Sources of radiance and resilience, keep watch with those who work or watch or weep this night. May the suffering be soothed. May the sick be tended. May the weary find rest. May the dying and those who love them find peace. May the joyous be shielded, and may all know that we are surrounded in a love that is with us always, a web that connects us to all that exists. May we take a few moments of silence to be with each other in the sacred space, and then we'll come out singing.
Our reading this morning is Gaia by Jezebel Anat. I am lush land and rugged rock, the massive, monumental mother. I am the founding force, the germinating ground. Touch me. I am soft as moss and hard as diamond. I am the soil of the plains, the sand of the deserts, the salt of the mountains. I am forest and canyon, jungle and tundra, verdant valley and crystal cavern. Stand on me, I will sustain you. Dig your roots into me, I will nourish you. Grow in my gardens, feed on my greens, dance in my meadows. Build from my mud and stone. I am the abundance of fertile fields, the beauty of golden lilies, the sweetness of ripe apples, the fragrance of myrrh. I am the rotting vine, the moldy grain, the decaying wood. All matter returns to me, for I am renewal. I am the sphere of the season. When your span has ended, I will bring you home. Please rise and bow to your spirit and join me in singing hymn number 163, For the Earth Forever Turning.
So today, we are celebrating Earth Day, and we're celebrating Earth's beauty, its grandeur, its gift of sustenance to us and to all living things. Human beings are uniquely positioned to appreciate Earth's beauty. This appreciation has been built up from single-cell organisms to us over billions of years that life has existed. We can look at the single-cell organisms navigating their watery environment, having sensitivity to chemical gradients, light, shadow, temperature, vibration. Life is the universe experiencing itself. This continued on with bigger brained organisms. Anthropomorphism is frowned upon at times, but even well-respected ornithologists have allowed themselves to wonder if birds singing in the dawn are happy. Primatologist Jane Goodall has observed a chimp watching the setting of the sun. But it is our awareness of the universe, our self-knowing that we know the universe, that we're experiencing and appreciating it, that sets us apart. This is something that all humans do, and it is something that I think Unitarians, like some others, but unlike many others, do through our faith. Because we don't have a deity that we say controls all things, that has a plan. We don't have a deity that is going to rescue us from ourselves, from bad policy, bad judgment, bad individual decisions, and we need the strength to fight right now. We need the strength without a deity to fight climate change, to fight injustice, and to fight environmental degradation. I know that I feel very many times very discouraged. Where will the strength come from to help us do this? And when I was thinking about this sermon, I thought, well, what do? We, as humans, appreciate the earth. Can we feel more gratitude? Can we feel more connection? Can we be in a more reciprocal relationship with the earth, caring for it as she cares for us? Can we be stronger? Can we be more committed? I hope so. And I was thinking, can there be ways to deepen connection to the earth and to each other that we don't need a 2-week vacation in the Grand Canyon or an afternoon fishing trip even, but that we can deepen our connection and interaction with the earth in small slivers of time if we think to do it. Almost like a daily thing, almost like a sip of water for someone who's thirsty, or a kind touch for someone who is lonely. Something that we can build into our days that strengthen us and nourish us. I hope that you do this already. I hope that you have ideas that you can come across that will allow you to increase this appreciation of the earth. I'd like to present to you a couple right now that maybe we can use to encourage this awareness, this connection with each other as a community. I had 2 ideas, one I do already and one I don't. But one idea is that when you go out, when you look out your window, when you take the dog out, when you walk to your car in the parking lot, if you could just take a moment to notice something beautiful. Is it the grass under your feet that you can feel? Is it something, is it the sky? Is it a cloud? Is it the curl of a leaf? Is it one dandelion in blossom or in the wispy seeds that are gonna go away? Is it in your kitchen when you're chopping green onions and you say, oh, I like that green? Take the time, if you can, to look at it. And if you want, take pictures and send them to me, or send them, I'll get some kind of website, but right now, send them to me, because I love to take pictures when I'm out with my dog. And some of them are very blurry because he sees a squirrel and I've got my phone, and I've got the leash, and I've got the perfect shot lined up, and then it's, But you get what I'm saying. If you build this into your life, it might help you when you need sustenance. So I have 5 billion pictures on my phone because my dog is 9 years old. And, but I picked some pictures that I've taken around the area because I didn't want it to be some far-flung thing where you had to, have something set up. It can be anytime you're in a park, anytime you're walking along, and I took some pictures from Belle Isle, Heritage Park in Farmington, Beverly Park, where we have our picnics, yearly picnics, Carpenter Lake in Southfield, not too far from here, along the Rackham Golf Course. And so I'd like to share with you some of the pictures I've taken over the years. And there's 20 of them, so it won't take forever. But just to give you an idea of, it doesn't have to be the Grand Canyon, but it can be anything. So here we go. So 5 seconds each. Okay. Thank you. Another thing I thought that we could do as a community is maybe write some haiku poems. Now, a haiku poem is a 3-line poem. It's a traditional poetry form in Japan. It's only 3 lines long, and the traditional form of the poem would have a first line of 5 syllables and a second line of 7 syllables. Sometimes either in the first or second line there would be an idea, a focus on the season, on immediate sensory experience of something beautiful, something sad, something profound, something silly. It doesn't matter. And then it's almost like a punchline or something else comes in that third line, or it could be the first line with the two lines being something else. But I'd like to read a couple of haiku poems by some famous haiku writers over the centuries. All of these are by traditional Japanese poets, but this is a form that has been gone over the world, and there's many different cultures that do this now. Okay, here's one haiku. An old silent pond. A frog jumps into the pond. Splash, silence again. Over the wintry forest, winds howl in rage, with no leaves to blow. I'm thinking that's very century, but I'm wondering if that's also about someone raging because they don't have anyone to push around, or if there's an aged person who's not listened to very well anymore. It's open to interpretation. Here's another one. In pale moonlight, the mysterious scent comes from far away. Here's the last one I have here. The snow of yesterday that fell like cherry blossoms is water once again. You can see how grounded in nature they are. And I thought as a community, if we wanted to, we could help each other ground ourselves in nature. And you could do this on a walk, you could do this in your car, you can write it down, you can share it with other people, and we could have a little round robin haiku if we wanted to. What I thought I would do today is give you the opportunity, if you wanted to, of taking a slip of paper with first lines of haikus and writing a haiku right now. You have the first line, and just don't overthink it. Just, you don't have to do this, it's not compulsory, but if you'd like to, you can take a slip of paper, and you can take more than one if you want, and write something profound or not, beautiful, whatever you want. Pardon me? Oh, and I want to say it doesn't have to be the form 575. If you want to do that, you can, but it's hard to count syllables. And I would say right now, just disregard it. have time to read some of them, but I think we're gonna move on and hopefully share them in coffee hour, or share them with. Oh, that's a wonderful idea. That's a wonderful idea. I do have another section to speak, but I'm really going to abbreviate what I had to say because things have taken a while. So do not despair if you're looking at your order of service and going, oh my gosh, I want to get to potluck. But let's sing our next hymn, hymn 44, We Sing of Golden Mornings. And then after that, I promise I'm going to be brief. So, focusing on the earth is one way to strengthen our connection with it, and also, hopefully, we can foster a deeper appreciation and feelings of gratitude for our experience of everything the earth bestows upon us. We have so much to be thankful for: the beauty, the sustenance. Our forebears and other cultures frequently did more to be in reciprocity with the earth. We seem in our modern times to commodify the earth's gifts. Everything is grown on factory farms, or to a large extent. We do not experience the world and the earth as we used to. I came across a story that a minister's grandmother told her about tending patches of wild strawberries and noticing where the tendrils were going and not taking all the strawberries that were there, but letting them go to seed and put out runners. And this person's grandmother would see where the longest runners were going and weed the land in that direction and water it and foster a reciprocity. She took some of the berries, but enabled the berries to keep propagating. Most of us don't, unfortunately, have wild strawberry plants to foster, but what can we do? Author Robin Wall Kimmerer, who wrote Braiding Sweetgrass, you might be familiar with her, wrote another book too, among others, a book called The Serviceberry: Abundance and Reciprocity in the Natural World. And she points out that we used to be better at doing reciprocity, that a wild serviceberry tree would grow, people would pick berries, get more than they needed, and pass along the surplus in a pie or a pail of berries to a neighbor. She said the serviceberry tree also engages in a giving of its wealth, and it would make juicy berries, good tasting berries that the birds also ate. And so there was a reciprocity between the tree and the birds, because the birds would eat the berries that the tree provided and then propagate the seeds, disperse the seeds, and grow new trees further away. This is a very common thing. She said, what do we do in our lives today? Are there examples of that? And she said, well, look at the little free libraries that have popped up. We help the earth by not throwing a book away or just throwing it into a recycled bin that may or may not be recycled, that people on the honor system in an altruistic way will take a book and oftentimes return books. And so this is an example of sharing wealth, sharing more than we need, sharing what we have with someone else. And she said, are there ways that we could do this as a society? She points out, well, libraries are kind of institutions that do this. And so we can do it as individuals. We can do this kind of reciprocity as societies if we think about sharing, if we think about using things over again. A library book is read over and over and over. But the problems today we have are so big. It's so discouraging. I know I am, I know young people are, I know many of us are very discouraged. And I want to talk about, very briefly, just some insight that we can gain from studying animals and that we can glean from people that study genetics and biology of people and animals, plants. We've talked about the serviceberry. But I'd like to talk about something that I find gives me hope, because it is something that is grounded in the biology of beings on this earth. And we are some of those beings. And what is this that gives me hope? It's the idea of something called reciprocal altruism, where we help each other. Now, this is a concept that, I'm of a certain age, so everything seems recent, but until recently was sort of mystifying biologists, because they would look at Darwinian biology, and this mystified Darwin too. Why are we sometimes kind? If everything's survival of the fittest, you look after number one first, you look after the people that you're related to, in descending orders of magnitude, depending upon if they're your children or your cousin or your second cousin twice removed. Okay, it kind of the soup gets thinner as you go out. And they said, well, that's survival of the fittest. And but then there's examples, for example, like cleaner fish. This is one of many examples in the animal world where someone might look at this and say, well, what's going on here? And you may or may not know, you might have seen it in animal documentaries or something, but there are quite a few species of fish that have sort of evolved a way of helping one another. Wild fish in the ocean. There are some fish, in one example, called wrasse fish, W-R-A-S-S-E. And there's these little fish, and you might see them in an aquarium, actually. And in the ocean, there are places where fish gather, prey fish, the wrasse, and predator fish. One example is moray eels. And it was mystifying divers and biologists, because they'd go down, okay, I'm gonna be two fish now. Okay, here's the big predator fish. And here's the nice little smaller fish. And they found that sometimes, instead of these fish meeting and the big one eating the little one, they saw the little fish kind of swimming gently around, bumping its little mouth on the other fish's body, maybe cleaning the gills, going into the gills. And they realized this fish was eating the parasites, the little fish was eating the parasites of the predator fish. And so the cleaner wrasse got a meal, and the predator got their parasites removed and became, more healthy. So things like this was a mystery to biologists. How can this be? But they said, well, it's based upon a reciprocity. I will not eat you if you clean me. I will clean you if you do not eat me. And examples of that type of thing are found in quite a few instances in the natural world, and they are found in the human world. I mean, we share food. Disasters happen. We help one another. We have libraries where we set up ways that we can get a book and share a book. The fact that this evolved in animals, in the serviceberry, in the wrasse, in the moray eel, in us, shows us that we have in our very DNA, in our very being, instructions for helping one another, for going beyond our selfish Darwinian kill or be killed survival mode to finding ways that mutually benefit each other. Now, it seems like this is in short supply in our world today, but it gives me hope knowing that it is there, and in the right circumstance, it can come out and it can flower. And it's giving me hope, knowing that if the fish can do it, if the tree and the bird can do it, we can do it. I hope that your connection with the earth will give you the strength to carry on. And I think we have to trust in the earth itself to experience creation, and that the earth built us to experience it and to appreciate it and to guard it. Namaste. Okay, please join us for our closing hymn, For the Beauty of the Earth. And this is a little different way that we usually do it, but Alex, our fearless leader, is going to help us with it. And I think it'll be fun, and let's do it.
Yeah, so it is going to be fun. It is going to be fun. We're going to do this as a chant, so you don't need your hymnals. We're going to build this from the top down because the basses, for once in their lives, get the melody, which is nice. And so if I have some choir members willing to help lead the congregation through these parts, that'd be wonderful. Like I said, it's a very simple, that you can see the parts are on the screen there. We're going to start actually with the part 3. It says source, we raise, this our hymn of praise. So we're going to work from the bottom up on the screen, but in voice parts, it's working from the top down. So for those people who want to be singing the source, we raise, our hymn of praise, it's going to go like this. Source, we raise, this our hymn of praise. 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 Okay, guys, great. So you guys have that. That's easy. You're just gonna keep on doing that over and over. The part two is a similar repeat. Grateful we raise, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, grateful we praise. All right, cool. So the last part of the non-melody parts is an easy drone. And so you're just gonna be singing, for the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our earth, over and around us lies, for the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our earth, over and around us lies. Okay, so now we're gonna put these all together, but we're gonna start, like I said, with part 3 and work up. And I'm not going over the melody because you guys know the melody. So, starting with source we raise, this our hymn of praise. Source we raise, this our hymn of praise. Grateful we raise, grateful we 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 praise. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from above, over and around us lies. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from above, over and around us lies. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from above, over and around us lies. Source of all to thee we raise, this our hymn of grateful
Extinguish our chalice. Please repeat after me. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of hope.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of hope.
The warmth of community,
The warmth of community,
or the fire of commitment.
or the fire of commitment.
These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Our closing benediction. I sit in my garden and contemplate the depth and profundity of the universe. And all the while, the wind blows gently from the hills and teases the leaves and flowers and brushes my hair. A hummingbird visits the bright red sage, and gnats hover in the warm air. What need of there is there for profundity? Everything I need is here. Namaste.